a new dieting technique help it decrease your appetite and boost your energy? One idea that's growing in popularity has its roots in many religions. I'm talking about a fasting diet. And one of the most popular right now is called the 5-2 diet. Now, this diet lets you maintain your normal eating habit 5 days a week, but on 2 different days, you fast for a stretch of 14 to 18 hours, and you restrict your eating on fast days to about 600 calories. That might mean, for example, on Mondays and Thursdays, you would eat a very light breakfast and lunch, then eat nothing from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. the next morning. Joining me is dietitian Michelle Dennison, and at first this sounds a little bit gimmicky, doesn't it? But it's getting some serious attention from national journals.
Well, it is. The first thing about this diet, it's been around for a while, so it's kind of cycling back through, as fad diets tend to do.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, it kind of hit a little bit in the UK, so we're kind of seeing it get back again, but it is getting some good attention in the journals.
And what do you think of it?
Well, I think that anytime you restrict calories, you've got a good chance to lose weight, and that's what this one is doing. And so you do have some benefits. You could see lower spikes in blood sugar, you might have some weight loss, cholesterol might come down. But it is still just one of those things that, you know, you're restricting calories.
And it helps you control your hunger sometimes, and it helps you burn fat.
It can help you control hunger, and the reason is on the day you're fasting, you're not having much, your stomach actually shrinks.
Really?
And so the next day you're going to feel fuller, faster, and eat less food.
But there are some things you don't like about it, some red flags that kind of pop up.
You know, there are red flags. I don't think it's appropriate for everybody. People who are pregnant, people who are nursing, people who have type 1 diabetes, this is not a good eating plan because you cannot regulate the blood sugar.
So that would be a problem.
That's a big problem.
Also, if someone was going to try this diet and their doctor says it's okay, what should they expect?
They should expect to feel hungry. when you're
not
eating, when you're fasting, you're going to feel hungry. You should also expect to be prepared that you're going to want to gorge yourself the day after, and that's never a good plan to gorge yourself. So.
And the fasting diet do's and don'ts. Don't put your fast days back to back.
Right, you don't want to do that. You don't want to have 2 days in a row where you're just not eating a lot of food. You're going to be hungry a lot, especially in the beginning as you get used to it. You need to be able to choose your foods wisely. That's 600 calories that you're going to eat on those fast days. You want it to be nutritious food. You don't want it to be junk that your body really isn't going to use properly.
So what would you like as a nutritious food? I mean, that's critical.
Well, you would want to have some high fiber vegetables, some fruits, maybe some whole grains.
Okay. And then, of course, you always have to be careful when you're dieting because it can give you a false sense of what you're accomplishing, particularly when you don't stick with it. It's not a quick fix.
It is not a quick fix. And this diet is a calorie restriction. And so I did the math earlier, and it actually is putting females at about a 1,500 calorie a day diet if you averaged it over 7 days. And so that's something that dietitians can get on board for and really promote.
And restricting your calories, you've read those articles where rats who had restricted diets, they had long-term calorie restrictions, lived longer. Why is that?
I don't know that we know that yet, and there's not enough research on this diet, especially the longitudinal studies, to really show if it makes a difference in humans. Humans are not rats, and we know that, and so we can't count on this diet to extend our life necessarily,
right.
And we're just going to react differently.
All right. Well, we'll see how it works. For more information on fasting diets like the 5-2 diet, we have it for you at KFOR.com/links.